What's up, Fungal Associates? Welcome to Completely Arbortrary. This is the podcast about trees and other related topics. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Alex Crowson, and of course, over there is Casey Clapp.
Hi.
Casey.
Alex.
We ran into a fan this morning.
We did, Jake.
A fan ran into us.
Yeah. And then we got bagel.
That's right. So I just want to say shout out Jake.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Jake moved from Georgia and was like, hey, just want to let you know, big fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
Completely Arbortrary said specifically. Didn't even say podcast.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Name recognition.
Real name drop. And he said, I always thought maybe I would run into you in Portland. And he
took him 3 years.
I know.
But here we are today. This is the day.
We do exist.
Nice.
Between our own homes and this particular bagel shop.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Which, hey, find us at that next bagel shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now appearing in a bagel shop near you. Casey.
Yeah, bud. Yeah.
We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, my God.
9. We only have 9 episodes left.
That's just stunning.
I know. I was actually going through our future in terms of two things. One, I have chosen a large list of trees that you and I get to go through.
Yes.
And choose which ones we're going to be doing for the rest of this year.
That's right. We're doing our tree runs or tree visited or something like tree runs is good.
I like tree runs the best personally. If we're just going to if we're just going to workshop our name right here.
Sure.
Tree run is great. That's the one.
My only concern is that it sounds like a tree has diarrhea. Oh, I got the tree runs.
I feel like you're just like thinking too hard about it.
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe.
there's anyone who says, "Oh, I got the tree runs," and they're like, "Well, what?"
Yeah, maybe.
But that's fair. If the tree runs,
it's good to poke holes in ideas.
that is true.
You can see where,
I suppose that's fair. You can just make sure that you're not going to say, "Oh man, we really did not think about that crazy way that is, a complete horrible thing to say."
Like the name Completely Arbortrary. Maybe we should have spent a little more time.
No. Yeah, before we realized, it's actually written in Mein Kampf so many times. Like, oh no.
Wait, he's a huge fan of the podcast?
How did that even happen? Yeah, I suppose you're right.
All right, Casey, well, we got to talk about a tree.
Yes, we do got to talk about a tree.
It is a superb schema we talk about today, but we must do so after a quick break. We'll be right back with Completely Arbortrary. Welcome back. Superb schema.
Yes. Every time you say it, I laugh. I just think it's the funniest thing.
I don't know what this is. I maybe know a little bit, but this is the name.
This is
of today's tree?
As far as I know. So here is the scientific name, Schima superba.
I see.
Now, I don't know if it's Schima or if it's Schima, but it's spelled Schima. And you started saying schema, which I think is fair, but it comes from the Greek word, apparently, for shadow, which is skiasma.
Oh.
And it's spelled with a K. So it makes me think that schema is exactly correct, or maybe schima.
Okay.
I'm just taking that from my intense knowledge, which is very depth.
Of the ancient Greek language.
Of the ancient Greek language, notably for the word shadow.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say schema.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying it all morning as my new vocal stem.
Yes, but it is
Schema
not.
superba.
It's not schema as in Schema.
No.
Different thing.
No, completely different thing.
Completely different.
Well, let's imagine, Casey. I want to say we're on the we're on the East Coast.
Okay.
Perhaps your old stomping grounds of North Carolina. And we come across some superb schema. Let's ID this tree.
Oh, well, first off, if we do find it in North Carolina, that's a weird place to find it. But let's assume that it's there.
You know why I said that?
No, why?
'Cause I saw a photo on fucking NC State's Extension Service website. That said it was taken in North Carolina.
Well, okay. So
not such a weird place now, is it?
Not such a weird place. You know what?
Explain yourself.
I'm feeling accosted here, so I'm not going to.
You're not going to explain myself?
No, I'm not going to explain yourself or myself. I am panicked.
I wish I had somebody to explain
crawl into a little
myself.
hole. Yeah, don't we all? Oh, man. Yeah, if you find that person, let me know. Send them my way.
Yeah.
So, yes, you can find it in North Carolina. It is a plantable tree, but native to North Carolina, it is not.
Oh, sure.
It's actually native to Japan and China and Taiwan.
Is that so?
Well, it might be so. It might be so, but nobody seems like wildly sure. So it is the most widespread. I shouldn't say Japan. It's not very much in Japan. It is in Taiwan and China. It's the biggest area, and it's the most widespread of all of the species in the genus Schima.
Which I've never even heard of.
Exactly. Neither have I.
Wow.
In fact, the only reason that I even know about this tree is that I was doing research for a different tree entirely. And I was like, well, let's take a little quick story. So I was sitting in my house. Actually, I'm house sitting, so I was sitting in my friend's house. And
yours now.
It's mine now. Sorry, guys. But I've been having a lot of struggles over the last week or two, basically just getting things done. January was a really busy month for me.
Yeah.
And I put off a lot of stuff. And now I'm like, okay, February's here. Boom, hit the road running. And I'm just like hitting a wall, not being able to like do anything. Feeling like I'm very out of sorts and not like producing, like just sitting at a computer for literally hours at a time, producing absolutely nothing.
Interesting.
So I'm like, I got to get myself out of this. So I'm like, bro, take a break from this, take a break from that. So I stopped drinking. I haven't drank any alcohol for a while.
No kidding.
So I'm like, I can't do this. This
Nice.
is bothering me. And I did not want to wake up feeling in any way foggy.
Sure.
And so I took a page out of your book. You quit drinking alcohol like 5.5 years ago, and you're just
true.
like, never felt better. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I got to cut this out. I feel like I'm just trying to do too much and all at once.
I agree.
So I said, okay, stop doing that so you can focus on these other things. And I'm also explicitly trying to save money for this big trip. So I'm like, great. Well, now it's $9.50 for a goddamn beer.
Yeah.
So I am
Wow.
shooting. Okay, that's with tip.
Okay.
So basically, I'm like, okay, get that off your plate. Then I stopped watching anything on YouTube and I stopped looking at my phone because I am absolutely just so upset with social things right now. And so I'm like, okay, just cut it out. Literally stop doing it. And I've been doing a good job. I've been reading books and I've been trying to focus on doing research for all the things that I'm trying to do. So one of those things is a podcast called Completely Arbortrary. So I'm like sitting here trying to research this one particular tree. And I'm not telling you what it is because we might do it still. But while doing this research, it said that this tree grows with another tree, and it just said the scientific name, which was Schima superba.
Yeah. That caught your eye.
It caught my eye. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, what is this tree? And honestly, how have I found trees? You may ask, person who's like, well, you've done 250 trees. Sometimes just randomly reading a random article about a place I do not know about.
Yeah.
And it has a scientific name.
Totally.
And then I just look up that tree and I'm like, what is this? Where did it come from? There's so many species of tree. That sometimes is the best way to find them, randomly.
Sure.
So this one came up, and in this state of being like, what am I doing? How can I focus? I need to do these things. I just need to take the first step in a couple things. You know what? I'm actually just going to go look at this other tree real fast because, oh my gosh, look at those flowers. And I started just looking at pictures of this tree, and it made me feel like I was doing the podcast like I was 3 years ago.
Wow.
Where I'm like, man, instead of trying to like devise a story or pick a tree and figure out what the story is, I'm just going to do random like Wikipedia rabbit holes until I find something that I'm like, now that is curious.
Cool.
And I'm going to look into that. So it turns out that this tree basically saved me from just like, I don't know, it just was opened this little door being like, hey, remember that? And so I started looking into it. While I looked into it, I found that this tree is unbearably just confusing.
Wow.
And I say all this right before we talk about how to describe it, because I'm going to tell you how to describe a tree that is called the superb Schima.
Okay.
And that tree, the scientific name is Schima superba.
Great.
And it, as I know, is either one species or 20 species or 17 or 15 or I don't really know.
Okay.
Some authors have said there's actually 3 species. Some have said there's only 17 or 15 or 20, and one person's like, ridiculous. They're all one species with different subspecies and varieties that made for the world's most confusing thing to read through, because each one in the nomenclature, you have to put the author that initially called it that scientific name afterwards. So you'll see a little L after many different species. That means Linnaeus. So he's like the first OG guy.
Wow.
If he didn't do it, or if someone changed it afterwards, their name gets put first, and then in parentheses are the people who made the old changes.
Okay.
So if it is Booker says, great, Linnaeus, you actually got that wrong, changes it, then it would end scientific name Booker, parentheses, Linnaeus, or L. That is this way to keep track of who did what in a scientific name.
Okay.
So each one of these names that this guy came up with, as you're reading through, and other people afterwards, they put the scientific name, then the old scientific name, and each one is followed by a list of acronyms for the people who were there. And it's a subspecies with varieties, and then there's different varieties, and it was just like pulling your hair out.
Oh my God. Even hearing you describe it, I feel like I'm going crazy.
I know, right?
Wow.
So it turns out, I think...
No offense.
No, this is okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to be like, it's not, is it me? Is it my descriptions? So I decided I'm just going to do the one that I'm pretty sure everyone's talking about, which is the main one, which is the most common one in China. It's all over the place. It is a tree, Alex. It grows to about 65 feet, generally speaking. But I have heard up to double that.
Whoa.
So in its native habitat, give it a long time, it will get to 120, 130 feet tall.
Okay.
And it's a single stem with mostly a very smoothish kind of bark. Smooth to gray. I don't know if I would quite say, utility, but it's really not like, it doesn't really jump out at me, but it's got a lot of variation, as of course you can expect between the millions of different individual varieties and subspecies and all these different things. It really depends on where it's growing. But it could be somewhere between dark gray, light brown, a little bit fissured and furrowed here, smooth over there, and kind of everything in between.
It looks okay.
Yeah, you think it's just okay?
I think it's just okay.
I kind of feel the same way.
I think we've used the term utility plus.
Yes, yeah.
It's like they took the stock one and just added a tiny little flourish.
Huh.
They're like, that's fine.
That's good. Sell that.
Yeah.
Very fair. I think that makes a lot of sense. So normal sized tree, it usually has no hair or just a teeny tiny bit of hair on the twigs, some on the leaves, things like that. And it usually is one big tree with one central stem and a nice rounded, upright, and oval crown.
Sounds like a tree.
Sounds like a tree. It's a nice tree. Sometimes people call it a shrub. I feel like a shrub is just, in this case, a small version of it becoming a tree. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
So some people say, "Oh, it's a shrub or it's a shrub or a tree."
Yeah, large shrub or small tree.
Yeah, most of the time it's got a huge amount of variation.
Yeah.
So I think that most of the time it being a shrub is just it hasn't developed into a tree yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's a mature, that thing is 80 years old and it is still a shrub-like thing.
Right.
I think that it will grow into a tree if you give it time.
But does it, when I think shrub, I think multi-stem.
Yep.
So does it grow in its adolescence? Does it have multi-stems?
I don't think so. Normally not.
Okay.
Normally it just grows like a single stem, but it might, if you cut it down or it gets injured, might send up sprouts.
Sure.
So I think that there could be something there. But again, if we think about those crazy amount of variation, all the taxonomy, some people might be describing a different species, or some people might be saying, oh no, this is the one species, but it grows like this over here versus something else elsewhere.
Interesting. The tone of you describing this tree so far, it's like a doctor telling a patient that they have like a really bad disease, but like trying to reassure them before they drop the bomb that it's like, you can deal with it. And it's, like it's going
to be fine.
There's some bombshell you're going to drop here. There's some tension in the air.
Yeah, weird. Okay, I don't know why. Let's keep going, see if we can get somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I'll break the tension and kind of really just tell you, here's why I wanted to do this tree entirely.
Okay. I feel like there's some lead being buried.
Okay, this is great. All right, we're going to find out if I buried a lead.
I don't like it.
Yeah, if I did, it's just like a dog that forgot where he buried the bone, and now you're like, I think there's a bone here. I'm like, what? There's a bone? Let's go find it.
The tension would be horrible.
Yeah, well, all right, let's just keep it up. I'm going to start talking in a lower, more intense voice.
Okay.
Yeah, but Alex, the leaves.
The leaves.
The leaves.
Tell me about the leaves.
Oh, man. I don't want you to get too excited, but the leaves are evergreen.
They're just okay.
All right, the tension's not working. You're killing the vibe, bro. So they are just okay. They're like up to 5 inches long, 3 to 5. Very variable. Again, they can be a little longer, a little shorter. They are described as elliptic to oblong to oblanceolate.
This is a little cheating. They look like tea leaves.
Yes.
Like from the tea family. And I know that this tree is in the tea family.
It is in the tea family.
Yeah.
Very good job. I don't think that's cheating at all. I think that why did you think that was cheating?
Because I saw that it was in the tea family earlier.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's wonderful.
Theaceae?
Yeah. Or I usually would say Taca
Oh.
and pronounce it as a t instead of a the.
Sure.
Because no one ever says tea.
A cup of tea?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think in French, I think it's actually THE. I think that's the
Oh, really?
the way to say it. Yeah,
Interesting.
or it might just be TE apostrophe or TE with an accent.
My friend Alexander is very adamant that we should add a new letter to the English alphabet.
Oh.
And it should be SH, and the letter itself is pronounced esh.
Really?
So you would spell the word shush like S-E-A. S-E-S. Isn't that great?
I hate it. Esh.
It makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah, maybe if you are,
Greek?
what's his old name? James Bond guy, who always had that accent. Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean.
It makes perfect sense if you're Sean Connery. The Esh.
The esh.
Yeah, I like this. Or echelon would be E-esh.
Yes.
ELON or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can convince me. I'm open to be convinced here. Well, these leaves, they're leathery, and they do look like tea leaves. They're very long. They have a nice little pointed tip. They're usually a lighter green on the bottom, and often a little tiny hair here, a little tiny hair there, but nothing too crazy.
Are they kind of a matte finish? They don't look that glossy.
Well, I think they're kind of glossy. You think
Okay.
they're kind of matte?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they're more on the glossy side than I think on the matte side. But I think you would be forgiven if you chose either way. But it might just be a photo. Some photos they have the
That's
flash
true.
on. Some I don't think they do.
Yeah, it always depends.
Yeah. So that's the leaf. They kind of are. They kind of come out spirally arranged. They're alternately arranged, but there are like some alternately arranged plants that as they grow out, everything's left and right. They have branches that look very flattened. The leaves look like they come off in two different planes.
Right.
This one is more like a Calmeopsis or a rhododendron, where the leaves are spirally arranged, and they end up looking more like they're a platter with the flowers and the fruit kind of on top, where they spiral around, so they create more of a circular kind of umbrella-like fashion.
Okay.
In terms of texture.
Is that not called a whorl?
No. They're spirally arranged. Whorl would be if they all come from one spot. So in particular, the nodes would have 3 or more buds per node. So the catalpas would be technically whorled. Often we call pines and things where they have like 5 or 6 or 10 branches coming out from a single spot in every direction.
Oh.
Kind of like the spokes of a wheel.
Oh, I thought that was just opposite.
No, it would be opposite only if it's 2.
I see.
Yes, and then
Okay.
after that, they have to start changing the name. But really, whorled is kind of a unique thing. The flower petals attached to a flower are whorled, where they all come from the same spot.
Right.
And there's no spiral up or spiral down. They've all come from one literal place.
Okay.
One layer, so
Yeah,
to speak.
yeah.
Versus something in the pine family is technically not whorled. They call it a false whorl often because that is spirally arranged.
Okay.
Yeah, but the spiral is so tight when you actually look at it, you're like, that looks like a whorl.
So our spiral is spirally arranged, just a form of alternately arranged?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are they doing?
That's phyllotaxis, baby.
Also,
that's,
who cares?
That's all those fun things.
This
Wow.
This
Who
is maybe
cares?
one of the least interesting aspects of trees to me.
That's true.
Is this whole arrangement thing. I know it's important to identifying trees.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing you look at in the stepwise journey.
Oh, that's the third, actually.
Sorry. But I also don't give a shit
Yeah,
about orientation of who cares?
Yeah, that's okay. I think I'm going to encourage that we go back and listen to our phyllotaxis discussion on the Fibonacci sequence.
Okay.
And then, ideally, we'll find out who cares.
Okay. Not me.
Okay, well, great.
Well, those are the leaves.
Those are the leaves.
Let's talk the fruit
All
because in the flower.
Okay.
Maybe we want to end with the flower.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fruit looks like, those chocolate oranges.
Yes.
You get at
Yes.
Christmas and you break them apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's perfect.
They split off.
You did. That's a great job. Would not have come up with that, but
There
that
you
looks
go.
so good. I think the one thing that should be noted is that they kind of are connected at the base, and they often look like they zigzag. But I'm now wondering if I saw an inappropriate picture. I say that because I'm looking at another one. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So I just gave it a quick Google to make sure that I could find this fruit. And let me just check. Okay. Yeah. No, look at that. Amazing. It does exactly as you said. And I think I saw a picture of a different kind of fruit. Yeah. Now I'm looking at the fruit structure. There it is. Okay, cool. All right. So let me just break it down. It is a circular ball, very spherical, but then as you noted, it splits apart, but it's very woody. So as it splits, there's apparently suture lines in there, and it splits always into 5 different sections.
Yeah, like a star.
Exactly, just like a star of those, a little, what are the in Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah.
Where they stick in your little triangles
Yes,
into the
that's
base of
right.
your little character?
Totally.
It's exactly what they look like.
Yeah, nice.
Only on the top. On the bottom, they're still connected.
Yeah.
And they just kind of open up like a woody flower almost.
Yeah, kind
But-
of interesting.
It turns out, Alex, that this is very closely related, as you noted, to the tea family plants, one of which is the Franklinia. Do you remember the Franklinia? We talked about it as the extinct in the wild species, where it was found down in Alabama, and then some people collected it, and they're like, oh, cool. They went back, and it was gone. Never found a native grove of it again.
Interesting.
That species...
We should have an episode about that sometime.
We should. Maybe sometime this year. So we ended up, on that particular species, it's like a zigzag on the top, where instead of opening up into these consistent things, the whole ball kind of opens itself up. But you know how if you take, what is it? It's that map projection of the Earth, where it's kind of split up like you're peeling an orange all in one thing, so that it lays flat. That's what the Franklinia looks like. And I saw a picture of that, and I was like, oh, it's just like the Franklinia. It's not. It's like you described. Thank you for your good description, because it helped me solve an issue that I didn't even know I had.
Well, there you go.
Amazing.
Wow.
Well, there you go, you guys. That's the end of the Alex Helps Casey.
Gotta go.
Yeah, the gang's all here.
The gang's all here.
So that's exactly what the tea family fruit kind of looks like. They're these hard, woody kind of spheres that pop out at the end of each one of the twigs.
They're almost cone-like.
They kind of are. They're woody and they have seeds inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's probably on the way towards a cone in terms of it's not trying to get the any animals to really disperse the seeds. It's more
Yeah.
like, just, drop out and go do what you're going to do.
Totally, yeah. It's like
not
a
really-
cone wanted to be a fruit, but forgot the key aspect, which is to be delicious.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems to be working for it, though, because unlike the Franklinia, this tree is extremely common.
Oh.
And it's planted all over the place in China.
Okay.
In particular. Now, one of the reasons that it's planted like this is because of the flowers.
Let's talk flowers.
My God. Have you Googled the flowers?
I have seen the flowers.
Okay, well, give it a Google right now because I want you to look at it one more time with me.
They're very pretty.
They're perfect. Oh, my God.
Are
I
they
can't believe this, Alex.
Are they literally a perfect flower?
Yes, they are literally a perfect flower.
They have both male and female parts?
They do, inside of a lovely halo of creamy white rounded petals and this, as they call it, egg yolk of a middle.
Oh, yeah.
That is filled with all the stamens going wild.
It does look like a fried egg.
It does look like a fried egg. And that is very much a tea family thing. The Stewardias do that.
Oh, yeah.
The Franklinia does that. The Camellias do that. Like all those trees, all of them do it.
I think it's pretty.
Okay, fine. I think it's gorgeous.
The way you described it is great.
Thank you.
See, we should have the one who really likes it to describe it.
Yeah, okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can't describe it.
No.
It'd be kind of fun, though, if we did it opposite. Like,
think
yeah,
that's
you know
how-
what? The trees, just kind of looks like poop smeared on the bottom of your shoe.
I think that's usually just the difference between you and me.
Okay, that's fair. It was like, yeah, it's just you guys already do that. Good job. Okay.
These are pretty little flowers.
They are. Okay. Your lack of excitement
They're
is
cute
actually
little,
bumming me out.
they're cute.
But they also grow in these little tiny racemes of like 4 to 8 often.
Oh.
Little flowers together. So they're all bunched right at the end of these branches.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they have this like green mat behind them, but it kind of like fades down a little bit. So it kind of looks like the leaves are almost like a pedestal for these like,
Wow.
I don't know. They look like a drawing of a flower with like somebody not trying to make it botanically accurate. They're just like, oh, big, beautiful petals. It's going to have a lot of this big contrasting yellow in the middle. And then it's just going to be like 20 of them right there. And I love that.
Yeah, they do have sort of a tasteful elegance.
Yes, that's perfect. That's exactly the right description.
Yeah.
Well, those flowers are what took me because I saw the pictures when I initially said, oh, what is Schima superba? The best named tree I think I've come across in years. And I was just looking at these flowers and I was like, okay, well, obviously it's in the tea family. This is incredible.
Yeah.
What is this? And then I looked through and I've learned over the years that a lot of things in the tea family are kind of these obscure-ish kind of plants, other than obviously tea. That's, its own thing. But camellias are like obscure, but they're kind of shrub obscure, where they're not necessarily big trees planted everywhere. They're just shrubs along the side of everything.
But even among shrubs, they're a little bit
No.
niche.
Oh no, they're super common.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, in the realm of like tree and plant thing, you can find a camellia literally every block.
Okay.
They're super common. But what I mean is that they're not big and bodacious trees where you'll see them covered in flowers. You're like, well, that's a big camellia. It's like 12 feet tall. It's like 80 years old. People have been taking care of it for a long time. Looks really nice, but it's not going to like even give you a moment's notice of like a tree size thing.
Sure.
Versus the stewardias, which get much larger, much more tree-like, have beautiful exfoliating bark, have these gorgeous flowers, but like medium-sized trees, kind of underutilized. They're not really the most popular trees in the world. And then the tea family is not really planted for the flowers at all. They're planted for the leaves, the tea plants themselves, camellias. So there's all these like kind of interesting nuances, the Franklinias of the world, the Gordonias of the world. They're just kind of like one-off beautiful plants, but they're not really like, holy shit, they are big and everywhere.
Yeah.
It turns out that this tree is.
Wow.
It's big and everywhere in a way that kind of blows my mind because often you can't get the perfect tree. You always have like something that kind of like pulls it back a little bit.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, well, the flowers are gorgeous, but it doesn't make any good fruit, and it kind of stays small. It doesn't really like become a big presence.
Yeah, that's true. There is always kind of like at least one standout
Yes.
on each tree. It's almost like a basketball team or something.
Oh, yeah, where it has like a star. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then the rest of it's like, oh, yeah, and the rest of the tree.
Yeah, totally.
That's, I think, very
They support
accurate.
the star.
They support the star, and they win the game, and that's what's important.
Except for the 96 Bulls.
That's right.
They had a few stars on that
They
team.
were all stars.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Yep. You're welcome,
Wait,
people.
is that how they got the name All Star?
No, I
for
just
that Smash Mouth song.
I just came up with that, Alex.
Okay.
It is. That Smash Mouth song? Yeah, I always think of that Smash Mouth song when I think All-Star.
It is about the 96 Bulls.
Is it really? Hey,
Yeah,
you're
why
an
not?
All-Star. You did it. It's just an anthem to good sportsmanship.
Oh, boy.
This tree, to me, as I was looking into it, again, it caught my eye because of these incredible flowers.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, that is a gorgeous, beautiful tea family flower that I love to death. These are some of my favorite types of flowers. Stewardia often is my favorite tree, especially during springtime.
Tea family tree.
Tea family tree, yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, period. People are
What?
like, what's your favorite tree? And not infrequently during spring, especially when the stewardias are in bloom.
I didn't
I'm
know
like,
this.
It's that. It's that
Wow.
one. Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
You didn't know
You're
that?
a Stewardia man.
I'm a Stewardia man.
steward of the Stewardias.
I love me some Stewardia so much.
The Stewardia of Gondor.
Yes, it's
did we
exactly
not?
it.
Did we not call that episode the Stewardia of Gondor, as in the steward of Gondor?
No, we totally
Fuck.
didn't. No, we called it Lothlorien? No, we called it... I don't remember what we called it.
Wow.
I just looked it up just a second ago, or like earlier this morning. Can't remember.
Damn.
No, we didn't. Lost opportunity.
Big time.
Well, too bad.
Can't go back.
Can't go back, won't go back.
Sorry, I'm going to stop interrupting you
No, you're fine. You're good. You're good.
with nonsense. I'll interrupt you with like good
Okay,
questions.
thank you.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. If it's nonsense, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, that's okay.
So this tree, I have yet to find a detracting point about it.
Wow.
And this is something that usually I can be like, nah. This one, it doesn't grow like too high north. But like you said, you found one in North Carolina, which is great. There probably is a few that are planted a little bit further south, like San Francisco, Berkeley. They for sure have them growing there.
Okay.
But it turns out in China, this tree is like venerated, but not in a way where it's like, oh, that tree's a god. It's venerated in the way that we might venerate, I don't know, the red maple around here, where it's like the tree that's planted everywhere.
Yeah.
And that many people are like, this tree rocks. It's a good tree. I mean, if you're an arborist, you hate this tree. But
why?
It's the tree that's everywhere, you know.
Oh,
it's the
you just get sick of seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it doesn't always look great, and kind of gets decayed and kind of looks funny. There's just a lot of things you can say about the red maple that make you think, okay, it's fine. It's not an incredible tree.
Sure.
The flowers, they're fine. They're not like super gorgeous. Of maples, they're like, early blooming, and they're red, so you can see them as like this red tree in late winter, early spring. But they're not like, whoa, flower.
So the Schima is one of these plants that just like catches the sort of like collective interest of like a society, and everybody goes crazy for it.
No.
Delete.
Don't delete, because this is the weird place this is kind of the point, I guess, where the Japanese cherry, that one has captured the world because of these incredible flower displays really early in the spring. Everyone's like, wow, oh my God, that has captivated everyone. But then for the rest of the year, stupid dumb tree, not worth it, not even remotely a good tree for most situations.
Okay.
This tree is explicitly good for every situation.
Interesting.
They plant it as a street tree, almost all over the place. Almost all over the place. Yeah, that sounds right. They plant it so often that it's just like one of the most common trees you can see in the urban area.
And we're specifically talking about China here.
Yes,
Taiwan.
in China. Yeah. Specifically in China, but it's also very well known everywhere else across the world.
Okay.
Just not up here in like Portland, because it's just a little too cold for it.
Okay.
So if you go further south, you'll probably see it all over the place.
Okay.
So it grows like nobody's business in the urban area because it's an early successional tree, which is another ding in the positive column for me, because it grows in landscapes that have kind of been denuded or disturbed, or are not really like the cushiest spaces.
It's like the real estate mogul who's like, I'm going to buy up all that nuclear test facility land.
Yeah.
Build a bunch of apartments.
Exactly. And people are going to be stoked.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be glowing with excitement.
And then in 200 years, that land is like a bustling metropolis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think Florence, Italy, one of the most thriving cities in that whole country, was a little wide spot by a river that the Romans sent a bunch of their legionaries when they were like, oh yeah, you're done with your work. We said we'd give you land. There you go. Just go live over there. And they just gave them all this land. And now it is, Florence, Italy.
Just a muddy patch.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much what it was.
Interesting.
So this tree, being in that early successional tree, it grows and starts entire ecosystems, essentially. It doesn't do anything in particular. Like, it doesn't fix nitrogen. It doesn't wildly change the chemistry of the area. I have seen some articles that say it changes a little bit of chemicals here and there, but I think that's mostly that it drops its leaves and then creates a better environment for other microorganisms, and they all kind of collectively change these things. But it's a lot like any.
But any tree would do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And some, like the red alder, do it way more intensely because they put nitrogen into the soil. This one does not appear to put nitrogen into the soil. It just kind of starts a good place for things to live. I don't really understand it. I have not found anything that's like, here is the golden savior of our planet because this tree does everything. It just kind of low-key does everything.
Interesting.
One of the other low-key things that I found fascinating is that it is a fire-resistant tree for no good reason, but is apparently so good at it that it's planted as a fire break.
Wow.
So people plant like literal rows of it to say, great, now between my property and your property, if a big fire comes through, this tree will not burn up.
Interesting.
Yes.
Are there like natural forest fires in Asia?
Yeah, I think so, especially in the more arid north, like by the Gobi Desert area.
Sure.
It's just a little bit hotter, so I'm sure there's more forest fires. But I think that they also set fires more often than the wildfires came through.
Yeah.
But further up north and further east, definitely in the steppe area.
Interesting. So this tree is so good it can just like act as a barrier between fire and not fire.
Yes.
Interesting.
And I haven't seen that it like will stop.
I could say that better.
Do you want to try?
No.
Yay! We're going to keep it in. So it turns out that this tree doesn't burn very well for, like I said, not really an intense reason, but it has a lower heat release rate. So it just doesn't get quite as hot. It burns slower and has a lower temperature, and it takes a lot more to like light it on fire.
Now, are these things that are important to it in its native habitat?
It is its native habitat.
Yeah.
So I assume so.
Yeah, but
My guess is that it's an early successional tree, right? So as it grows in over a new landscape, there are probably a lot of grasses and low shrubs, and fires would just kind of come through if they were, if in the area, if they were lit or got lit by lightning or something, then fires would just come through.
Sure.
But this doesn't seem to me to be a tree that explicitly grows in fire-adapted situations.
Yeah,
I think it might just be, I guess I'm just pretty good at dealing with fires.
a natural talent.
For no good reason. Exactly. It's just a natural talent at not burning up. Because of that, it is planted in all these different areas to help keep fire at bay just in case, right? Then, because it is an ecological kind of first responder sort of tree, it's planted in areas that no other trees really like to grow. They've planted it underneath plantations of a couple different pine species. One, Pinus eliadii, which is the slash pine from southeastern United States.
Okay.
Apparently that is a very common tree in China for forestry purposes.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought?
I think I kind of knew this.
You kind of knew that?
Say the name again.
It's Pinus eliadii,
Yeah.
which is the slash pine.
Slash pine. I feel like we've talked, or maybe a different. There's some North American conifer that is like really popular in Asia as a timber tree.
Well, I know we talked about Pinus radiata,
Maybe
the
that was
Monterey
it.
pine.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So this is a different species that we've not even really covered on the show. It's another obscure tree that grows down with the longleaf pine and the loblolly pine in southeast, but it is not a. It's like one of those trees that when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, it's everywhere, but no one ever thinks about it.
Sure.
So when it comes up, when I'm researching this weird tree from China, I'm like, wait, what? Why are you there?
Interesting.
It's like running into a friend in the airport of some obscure country. You're like, why are you here?
But of course you're here.
Yeah.
Like, of course I would run into you here.
Right? I suppose you're right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Then another one is Pinus masoniana, which is another Asian species that's planted in plantations often. When those plantations get denuded and there's no good, like the soil is all kind of eroded away or used up and it's just, they need to do something else.
Yeah.
What tree do they plant? Schima superba.
Wow.
And it just loves it, and things apparently love to grow around it. It's like the popular kid.
I was going to say, it sounds like the one who like shows up at a really boring party and is like, let's get this shit going and turns up the music and gets people to start doing shots.
Yeah, just knows the vibe and knows how to make the perfect vibe.
Wow. I kind
Alex,
of really respect this.
Yes, that is what this tree is for me.
Cool.
And I think it caught me, I don't know, you're walking around and you see someone, you're like, oh my God, you're stunning. I just can't look away.
Yeah.
The more you get to know them, the more you're like, oh my, you are perfect. Everything about you. And of course, you've been married for 20 years. You're super happy.
Sure,
All your partners and all your friends are so happy. Like, that they're just like the perfect specimen of a human, right?
Yeah. I have a friend like that.
Is it me?
No. I'll cut this out, but
Well, yeah, okay.
just stunningly gorgeous and an incredible person.
Exactly. Just has it all.
Yeah.
So in this case, I think that actually happened to me when I was Googling just random trees and I saw, Schima superba. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're so cool.
Caught your eye.
Can I hang out? Can we hang out? I called it, didn't answer, obviously.
Yeah, it does have, I like the idea of this having kind of like a gravitational effect. Just like
Exactly.
trees want to be around it.
Yeah, and let me reiterate, after doing all of this hard work, being an ecologically wildly important tree, it also has gorgeous flowers. So this isn't like
Yeah.
an alder where you're like, great, the alders, they're the workhorses. We're going to plant a bunch of alders to make the soil better. Oh, and we're going to make this whole green wall over here, this great green wall of China, where they're going to plant all these species that grow really fast. Those are workhorse poplar trees and willows and all these trees that do work but don't really shine. They're not beautiful
A true
trees.
utility tree.
Exactly. Versus this
Yeah.
is like, oh yeah, I can totally lift that. Yeah, well, I'll help you out. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And also I'm a model at the same time. You're like, I'm sorry, what?
I just do plumbing on the side.
I just do plumbing outside because I love it. And I just like helping out my friends and community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is what this tree does. And then let's just like to boot tell you that it does almost everything you can imagine in terms of being a medicinal tree.
I fucking knew it.
I know.
I
Of
knew this
course
was
you did.
coming.
You absolutely knew it was coming.
Let's talk about it. What is it used for? What can it do?
All right, so they have done a lot of research on like anti-cancer and things like that because
Wow.
that's what everyone is really interested in. How do we solve cancer? But it also does things like detoxification, and it says also treatment of furuncles. Furuncles. What is a furuncle?
A furry uncle?
Yeah, I didn't want
bit
to
of
look
an
it up
Alex
because I was
Crowson.
really hoping that you would just say, "Oh, a furuncle." It's exactly what this is. But let me just.
Fixing fur uncles.
Looks like it's a boil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a painful pus-filled infection. That sounds horrible.
Ouch.
Well, apparently this tree can help with it.
Purification makes sense, Casey.
It does.
As this is a first responding stage oneer.
Yes.
Like that makes perfect sense.
It has done, like, they've used it in ancient Chinese medicine for all sorts of things. Like, as a emetic, so it helps make you vomit if you need to. Diuresis, it gets rid of edema. Like, it just apparently does almost everything you can think of.
You're gonna say it gets rid of demons.
It does, should. Well, just in case you got any demons.
It's a diuretic. It gets rid of
Yeah,
demons.
not only
what
are you
else?
gorgeous and a great plumber and you can stop a fire, but you also are an exorcist
That's just on the
and
side.
a doctor.
That's pretty incredible.
Yes,
It's one of those trees that like you read the list of things it does, and there's no category they all fit into. It's just a bit of everything.
Yes, exactly. Antimicrobial, antioxidant potential was noted in some
Wow.
of these different studies. Like
Damn.
apparently everyone's like, yeah, this tree pretty much does it all.
There's a big new study, or at least I saw a brief Instagram reel about a study that a tamarind is apparently like really good at getting rid of microplastics in your body.
Really?
Like you eat a lot of tamarind, it'll like soak up microplastics.
That would be fascinating if that became like way more widespread.
Yeah, you could take
I
like
love that.
tamarind supplement or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Or just
and
eat
help
a bunch of
cleanse your body.
tamarind. It's
Yeah,
delicious.
yeah. You can just do that. Yeah, we got to get it sent up here though.
Yeah, it's true. We can just
Can't
drink a
roll.
bunch of Jarritos.
That's true. Yeah, let's just do that. That's
Yeah.
easy.
And those little tamarind chili pops.
Yo,
You
those
ever
were
have-
so bad.
I love those.
Really? Remember when
Yes.
we tried a bunch of like tamarind candy and things?
I liked
when we
all
did
of
that?
them. I love
Yeah,
tamarind.
I did not like it.
I'm kind of an honorary Mexican. What can I say?
Well, yes, everyone in Mexico also says that. So at the end of the day, Alex, this tree apparently does everything. It's been around for, a very decent amount of time. It's got beautiful evergreen foliage, so it doesn't even let you down in the wintertime.
True, dude.
And it has beautiful flowers. And here's the fun thing. In its native habitat, it blooms in the apparently spring, anywhere between April and June.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like a one and done kind of thing. I think it's like I'm going to start and then I'm going to grow some more and then I'm going to do some more. I'm just going to stop when I'm good and ready.
Okay.
Then makes its fruit in the fall. In other places,
That's normal, right?
That's very normal for
Okay.
most trees.
Yeah.
But trees like the Franklinia, they actually bloom in the fall and then take the next year to get all of their fruit ready to go.
Oh, wow.
It seems that our magnanimous tree also does that every now and then, where it's like, you know what? I'm going to bloom in the fall too. Seems like the fall needs some more flowers. And so if it's planted elsewhere, like mostly in Europe and I believe also in North America, it tends to bloom in the fall.
Wow.
But it changes its blooming time kind of depending on where it's planted, which I think is really fascinating.
That is cool.
I don't know what it's looking at to do that. Like, what are the
Yeah.
cues that it's thinking, okay, now's the time to bloom?
Also, spring and fall are like 6 months apart.
Yeah.
That's not like it plants it blooms in late spring instead of
totally.
early spring. It's like no, it blooms 2 seasons later.
It just completely reverses its pattern.
yeah, wild.
Don't know why. So
all these amazing things about this tree, and neither of us have ever heard of it. And
No.
I bet you most of our listeners have not heard of this tree.
I would be willing to bet you're probably right. Unless you know like a particular grove or you've seen this tree. I'm pretty sure I've seen it a few different times down in like central and southern California.
Yeah.
And I think back in my brain, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen pictures like that. But it could have been a different tree entirely.
Sure.
I don't know. But I
Okay.
definitely had never heard of it. And it seems like it's well known, but also just not like absolutely like jacaranda. That's a tree that is so popular and well known. It's like the Taylor Swift of trees. Well, no, it's more like
No, you already used that one.
I know, it's more like the Bad Bunny of trees because he's popular right now. Yeah, so Bad Bunny is like wildly, insanely popular wherever you speak Spanish more than any other language.
Sure.
Of course, in the United States, still super popular.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like unknown.
Right.
Like, unless you're like, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, I know that guy.
Totally.
So I feel like this tree is very similar to that, where like if you go to certain parts of the world, everyone's like, yeah, this is the tree.
Yeah.
But it just so happens in the northern section of its range or of the possible places it could be growing, it's unknown.
I always think of like in film terms, I always think of like cinematographers.
Okay.
You're like, do you like the work of, I don't know, John Smith?
Yeah,
the
John Smith.
cinematographer?
Yeah, I love that guy.
I'm like, I don't really know. It's like, oh, well, he did these 30 famous movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess I do like the work of John Smith.
Yes, I do. He's very good, and he's one of my favorites.
What I'm really saying is that like you may not know you like this tree, but you probably do.
Yes.
Without even knowing that it exists.
I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't say anything more. I was
right.
looking at this tree. By the time press time came, I recall leaving my house, my friend's house, and saying, I don't really know what there is to talk about other than the fact that this tree, for whatever reason, has just absolutely swooned me.
Wow, love at first sight.
So I don't know. That's the big tension that I was building up to this whole time.
All right,
I'm in love with this tree, and I don't know why.
That is okay.
sorry.
I did think it was some sort of romantic tension, but it's not between you and I.
No, Alex, I'm sorry.
It's between you and the tree.
I need you to step away.
I'm sitting 2 inches away from Casey.
Exactly. He's breathing down there.
Well, Casey,
I don't know why we sit like this.
I started laughing the other day thinking about somebody sitting in your lap facing you. Just
Yeah,
how like
okay.
funny and intimate that is.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Casey, we got to give a rating to this tree, and
Yes,
I can't
we
wait
do.
to see what it is from you.
Yeah.
Having proclaimed your love for it. But we got to do so after a quick break, so we'll be right back with the Schima Superba here on Completely Arbortrary. That was our discussion of the superb Schima.
Yep.
Is that the actual common name, or is that just like your creation?
It is the actual
Okay.
common name.
Okay.
You know what? I appreciate you asking. There's also okay. This is
Well, it's
the
not
other
the Chinese common name.
No, the Chinese common name I don't know, but it is also in English. It has this one, Chinese cougar tree.
Ooh.
Yeah. So can you see why I chose one over the other?
That sounds like a racial slur or
It
something.
really, I was thinking the same thing. It just sounds like, why,
Should we say
what is
that?
that? What are you? Yeah, it's like saying ginkgo with a soft G.
Jinko?
Yeah, I know. It's nothing. It is not a bad word, but it just makes your skin crawl when you say it.
It's a brand of pants.
Oh, yeah. You got
Jinko pants.
Yeah, you're wearing Jinkos? No, it's not like that.
No, Casey, literally, it is a brand of pants.
Is it really?
Yes, from the 90s. Jinkos.
No.
You remember Jinkos.
I do not.
Big baggy jeans.
Those are common right now, Alex.
That's true.
No. Jinko?
Well, these were like the extreme end of that spectrum of bagginess.
Look at that. Well, anyway, you can see why Chinese cougar tree is not worth saying. It's
Yeah.
literally Guger tree.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Maybe it's
Gugger?
Gouger tree. Gugger? Yeah, Gouger.
It's all bad. Let's
Yeah.
just call it the superb
This is
schema.
Gouger tree.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's how our rating works, Casey. We're going to give some final thoughts on this tree, then give it a rating of 0 to 10 golden cones of honor.
Okay.
And as our resident expert, we'll begin with you.
So, I think you just put your finger right on the pulse of it, noting that it kind of feels like it's a popular tree. It is. It's a plumber. It's a plumber who you want to see bend over because you want to get a little of that crack. It's a hot treat.
It's a nice crack.
That is a nice crack in that plumber.
Wouldn't mind snorting that crack.
I don't think you know how
Do you
crack
snort
works.
crack?
Wrong version, Alex.
Oh, right. You smoke crack.
You smoke crack and you
snort
anyway,
coke.
Yeah, don't listen to this, kids. Meanwhile, as it grows out in the forest, it's like, oh yeah, totally, I got you. Let me take care of this ecosystem, and everyone, you just come on in. I'll take care of you, and it does.
Yeah.
A fire comes through, and everyone's like, someone save us. And then Fire Tree Superb Schema comes over and is like, I got you guys. Don't worry, get behind me. I'll stop the fire. Stops the fire. Then everyone's like, wow, you stopped the fire, but now I'm sick. Psh, dude, check it out. Take some of my leaves. You're going to feel way better.
Wow.
And then goes into the city and is perfectly at home in the streets of downtown as it is on the rural fire lines.
Wow.
Looks good, knows what a good latte is, doesn't drink shitty cocktails, knows exactly who it is, and is very comfortable with that and with you.
Wow.
This is the perfect tree. And the flowers, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Oh my God.
I'd never known this tree more than 24 hours ago. And now I'm like, I just want nothing but this tree in my life.
Amazing, Casey.
This is like, I think, my fourth or maybe fifth 10 out of 10.
That's incredible. And you discovered it a few hours ago.
Yes. Like, well, okay, I do more research than a few hours of research,
right.
but yes. Yeah, I was up late last night just looking at photos, and it's like, geez, I got to go to sleep. Oh, my God.
A perfect 10 for
This is
a perfect
10.
tree.
Go look at the flowers.
Yeah.
Again, everybody, just go do it. And then just read all of the different articles that just say, this tree is the perfect ecological savior.
There you go.
I think it's the popular tree. I think this is the popular tree.
Well, Casey, that's an incredible score. Here's mine. I think this tree's awesome.
It is. It's going.
I wish I knew it more.
I know.
I wish it was one of those trees that we have talked about and brought up many times over the years and referenced and deepened our knowledge about.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling excited. It's like going on a first date. And you by the time the first date is done, you're like, oh, this person is special.
You know, you're already going to get married. Yeah.
Well, if not that, you're like, I can tell this person is a unique, special, wonderful person.
Yeah.
And I want to treat this relationship with care.
You're always going to be on the same page.
Yeah.
You want to open up the relationship, so do they. And they want to close back up, they're on the same page.
Funny. Yeah. And they will stop you from lighting on fire using their skin.
That's the
like,
most
how?
important thing. How are you so perfect?
And that it's medicinal. That's amazing too. It's true. I feel like most of the trees we talk about have one either standout physical characteristic or one standout use, or it's really loved for its wood. Oh, there's the thing that it's really loved for,
Exactly.
But this tree seems to have no shortage of interesting, cool, useful, beautiful things about it.
It also, as it grows up, you can cut it down, and it's very hard wood, so it's an important timber species.
There you go.
So while it's doing all these other ecological things while it's alive, it also is a fabulous lumber tree.
Yeah. And we all know people like this who, you keep finding out that, you do this too?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually have a doctorate? Oh, you wait tables on the weekends for fun?
After you volunteer the soup kitchen?
Yeah,
You remember everybody's name?
That's something too. Or you can have a conversation with anyone from any place and any socioeconomic bracket, I gotta give this tree, I'm not giving it a 10.
What?
But I'll give it a 9.
All right.
To make sure that we can induct it into the Golden Hall
All right,
of
that's
Honor.
great. That works for me. And you know what? I don't expect that. If it does not produce a mango, I expect that you will not give it a 10. So I think that's fine.
That's kind of my qualifier.
Yeah, honestly, I think that could be the one detractor. Me being someone who's like, the edibility of the fruit, not my most important thing. But that would be the one detractor that I think it does not earn that extra point because it does not have a fruit.
I think
we
you're
would be
right.
like, I'm going to chomp that down.
Totally.
If it had a grape style fruit and it was just then I think it would be 11 out of 10. It would be the perfect tree.
And I think if it had even a fleshy fruit that didn't taste good to humans, but that birds enjoyed or something.
Yeah.
I think that would give it a 0.5.
Okay.
Bring me to 9.5.
Okay.
But the fruit is like a desecrated husk. It's basically like wood.
I think you meant desiccated.
What did I say? Desecrated.
You said desecrated, which means that it is a holy object that has been ruined.
Yes, that too.
Which I love. Everything is good about it, except it's got a little bit of the devil in the fruit right there.
Yeah.
Something got it and corrupted its fruit.
Well, Casey, because this tree got over a 9.0 Golden Cone of Honor from each of us, we are inducting it into the Golden Arboretum of Honor.
Yes, we are.
And with that, we say we honor you, and I will perform the induction song. To the superb Schima, we honor you.
That's beautiful.
And, Casey,
Yeah.
I just want to say that the superb Schema also, in addition to this great honor, I'm awarding it the Crowson Stump of Approval.
Fagoosh.
And that one goes
Get
out
it.
to Alvin.
That goes straight out to Alvin.
Thanks, Alvin.
Thanks for the request.
Casey, that was the superb Schema. What a superb Schema it was.
What a superb Schema.
It's time for our completely arbitrary AMA. And if you have a question for the podcast and want to support us and get monthly cone stickers, ad-free listening, 20% off on the merch store at all times, become a Treemium member at arbitrarypod.supercast.com. The best way to support this podcast and keep us going through all of 2026 while Casey and I undergo great life changes. Casey, this week we got one from August.
Hello, August.
I'm not a big podcast listener, but in my year of listening, Completely Arbitrary has shaped my outlook on life.
Yes.
And helped me to realize a career that feels like it actually suits me. I would love to chase dendrology, but the whole idea of chasing dreams can be scary when you start finally taking the steps.
Bro, you're telling me, man.
What should one expect when starting out? And is a start in arbory the way to go?
Man, I was really hoping that August's question, or not question, but point before question, was going to be that they were becoming a podcaster. That would have been the funniest.
Oh, yeah.
thing.
You guys have changed my life.
Listen, I'm not a podcaster, but you guys have changed my life, and I'm now going to pursue being a podcaster. Like, yes.
So August wants to get into trees, huh?
Nice.
Well, listening to this podcast is a good first step.
Great first step, according to everyone who reaches out and says so sweetly, by the way, if we haven't replied to you, we have got your message, and thank you.
Yeah.
So many people say that they got their start or found that they love trees and like really steered into it because of this podcast.
I know, that's incredible.
That's, I think, probably the best feedback I could ever wanted.
Totally.
Just that people are like, you've done something good in my life, and now I'm going to push that or put that forward and do other good things, and it just makes my day.
My best feedback was when a woman DM'd me and told me I should read smutty audiobooks.
Yeah, that is good. And honestly, what the hell, Alex? Why have you not done this?
Listen, I actually want to. This is not a joke.
Okay, so start putting yourself out there as like a voice actor. I think this is your next iteration. This is Alex 2.0.
There's a website that pays men to read things like that. And I'm interested.
Please.
I'm very interested.
What do we need to do? Everyone, it's arbitrarypod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
CC hello at arbitrarypod.com.
Yeah.
Subject, Alex, read this in a sexy voice. And then Alex will do that. We'll make an entire episode on our extra stuff of only Alex saying things in sexy voices. And this will build your profile. This will build your portfolio of voiceover work.
I will be charging for those.
Oh, we're not giving them to anybody.
No,
this is just people want us to do it. And then I just really want to hear you say as many possible things in a sexy tone as I
don't know if I
want
to do that in the room with you.
No, you don't have to.
I can do this privately?
Yeah, you do it privately, but
Okay.
then you have to put it all together so we can all hear it later.
In public?
Yeah, you got to put it out on Supercast.
On Audible?
Yeah, we're gonna put it out on Audible. It's gonna be hot. Anyway, sorry, August, are you still there?
Yeah, so August wants to get into trees. We've talked about this a handful of times, but I do feel like it's been literally years since we've touched on sort of like career paths. And if I know anything about career paths, they change every day.
Yeah, they sure do.
So are you up to date with how careers are made in the tree industry?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So the first thing that I always suggest is just go get books and just read about trees. Of course, you should get my book, The Trees Around You, so you can learn to identify trees. That's the first step in arboriculture. Never forget.
I do want to say,
please.
I love, of course, promoting reading books, but I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm going to let you finish.
Cool. But who had the best
Beyonce
album?
had the best album.
I thought so. So I think that that's the best way. So go read books and learn about trees and how they work. And also, when you read books that are telling you about trees, usually the authors are telling you a lot more than just here's the physics of whatever's happening. Usually they're like, trees are so interesting because they do something like this. And usually it's pretty inspirational stuff. So I would start naming names. Well, okay, let's say the Tree book or the Tree by Colin Tudge is a great place to start.
Hey, you go to our website.
Exactly what I was going to follow up with.
arbortrarypod.com/books. It'll take you to, maybe we should change this, but it's an Amazon storefront.
Yeah.
But we have basically all of Casey's recommended books.
No. This is the podcast.
I haven't read any of those. I can't recommend them.
That's fair. All right.
I actually don't recommend any of those.
I actually don't. In fact, now that we're bringing it up, I have an issue with this. No one asked what books I recommend. So anyway, yeah, go to that. And that is a bunch of things that I have read over my life and I usually find very interesting. And then, if you can, I always recommend volunteering at local tree organizations. So tree planting groups or taking small classes at local establishments, community colleges that talk about pruning or planting or just literally anything that you might think, oh, that's just, kind of just a run-of-the-mill kind of subject. They're actually really important, and it's those fundamental steps that will help make you a really good arborist down the line.
Here in Portland, we have Friends of Trees.
Yes, and the Fruit Tree Project is another good one.
Oh, yeah. And you can literally sign up to be a volunteer, and then they have, like, planting events.
Exactly.
Where you just go out to, the middle of a field and plant a bunch of trees.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll give you everything you need and tell you how to do it and stuff.
Exactly. And they are really good at being educators and community kind of collaborators.
Yeah.
So that
no
is
experience required.
No experience. They will teach you. They will start. They will start you off. So doing that, I think, is a really good way to learn a little bit, but also start making connections, start meeting the people in the area who also are into trees, start meeting other professionals who are into trees. And if you can then want to take the next step, I would say go to a community college first and do horticulture, or if there is an arboriculture program, that's the one to do. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a couple different programs in Seattle and Portland, in the general areas, I should say. But then you can also go to a 4-year degree college, or even get a master's if you really choose. But those are a little bit more intensive, and I think you should only do that if you really love learning about trees and you want to do something in the the more either academia realm, you want to be a researcher about it, or you want to work for a city as like a city arborist kind of thing. Then you have to do a lot more than just work with the trees. You have to work with the people and the management situations and the policies and all these other more intense things. So you need a little bit more of an educational background and writing and communication style stuff.
What kind of degree do you need to be like somebody out here who like works for a tree, like a private tree company, like climbing a tree and cutting limbs off and stuff?
You need nothing. No degree whatsoever. Now, of course, it helps if you've got a fundamental education on the biology of trees, then you're off to a great start. But you don't need any kind of degree to go be an arborist. All you need to do is go get the experience, learn, and put that learned experience into practice.
Do you have to get certified with the ISA?
You don't have to, but it's good if you do. But you have to have 3 years experience or degrees in order to get to that level. So my recommendation, if you don't want to do all of the education side of it, which is very reasonable, it's very expensive, then start learning on your own. There's lots of resources out on the internet to help out. Don't just look at random person. Don't just watch YouTube videos on trees. That's not great. You don't know anything about those people. You don't know anything about where they're coming from. And it's a big thing that I've noticed over my last couple months of falling too deep into Instagram. There's a lot of bullshit out there.
Oh, yeah.
Go to a college website, Purdue or Cornell, North Carolina State, Oregon State University, the colleges that you know. Don't just throw random shit out there.
Yeah.
Go to those places, read through Penn State Extension, all the things they tell you about trees. That's really good stuff. Learn what's out there for free. Go get a job and say, hi, can I drag brush for you? I'm an eager listener and I'm a hard worker. Then people will hire you and they will teach you everything you need to know about how to climb, prune, use a chipper, do all the intense hard work stuff that you need to know to be an arborist in a way that is also safe and efficient.
Cool.
So getting the experience, number one. That's the thing that you should definitely do. And just keep your mind open. And if you do want to go the education route, don't forget about getting the experience because people like that. They need that. That's a really important aspect. You can't just drop yourself in. I have a master's degree. Let me work on a tree crew and lead it. That's not how that works. You have to get the physical experience on the ground first.
Because you're dealing with like heavy machinery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you are
and climbing a fucking tall tree, like that's I know that it's like quote safe, but it is still
wildly dangerous.
Putting your body 100 feet in the air.
Oh yeah, people die or get hurt doing tree work literally dozens of times every year.
Yeah.
It is one of the most dangerous professions that you can get involved with, and one of the most dangerous not only for your body but for like you could drop a tree on someone's house. There's so many videos of those. Those are good YouTube videos. The tree failures. yeah, those are great.
You could drop a tree on your coworker.
Yes, and that would not be good. Don't do that. That's really, really bad and scary.
I'm thinking of There Will Be Blood at the beginning when he's like his coworker or one of his men is down in the hole and like a thing snaps off the
oh yes.
What is this called?
The derrick.
The
or
derrick.
Whatever. Yeah.
The thing snaps off the derrick and a giant beam of wood goes down and crushes him.
Yeah, I do remember that now too. It's awful. Well, that doesn't really happen in arboriculture most of the time, just so you know.
I just wanted to talk about that scene.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. I'd say there's no wrong way to get involved. I went the education route and then learned that, I need experience, and then got that as much as I could. But I know so many amazing arborists who have 0 degrees.
Yeah.
They just went out, started doing the work, and just learned. And now I look at them, I'm like, you know so much about this in a different way than I do. Your perspective is so valuable that sometimes I'm like, that's the right way to go about it. Go get the work and then go get the education kind of during and after. Sometimes that helps, but sometimes it also, helps build your fundamental understanding. Like I said, I learned everything there is to know about tree physiology and biology before I even used a chainsaw. And then when I used a chainsaw, I was like, I actually know what I'm doing in terms of how I'm looking at the health and the viability of this tree and its parts. I'm also now given the big tool to do the surgery, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, just like anything else, before you get the scalpel in your hand, you got to take all your other classes. But that doesn't mean you can't be really damn good at a scalpel before you learn your classes.
Sure.
Just saying.
I wish they would let me do that.
I think I'd let you use a scalpel.
I don't want to be braggadocious here, but I feel like I could perform a minor surgery.
You know what?
If I had like a strong team behind me. Yeah, I think so. Thank you, August, for your question. Like I said, if you want to support the podcast, ask questions on the pod, buy cool merch at a discount, get cone stickers every month of the year of 2026, become a Treemium member. Arbortrarypod.supercast.com. Casey Clapp.
Alex Crowson, another great time with you today.
Likewise, my friend. Before we recorded, we went and got a bagel and coffee, and it was nice.
It was good. It felt like it helped to wake me up.
That's good. That's good. You did say you were a tad foggy.
I was, and just for no good reason. But here we are.
Yeah.
Living our best life.
I am now feeling the feeling that I need to chug like 40 ounces of water.
Wow, that's a lot of water.
I love drinking water.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye. Completely Arbortrary is hosted by Casey Clapp and Alex Crowson.
Our music is by Aves and the Mini Vandals, and our artwork is by Jillian Barthold.
To support the podcast and get rewards in return, become a Treemium member at arbortrarypod.supercast.com.
Thanks for listening.